Hello Space Engineers, welcome back to Hephaestus Prime, Wellington 6012 here. Hope everybody is all fit and well today. So I have really been looking forward to this build today for quite some time actually. Today we are going to head up to the summit of Mt Rutherford and we're going to put in a communications hub. So this will be a little bit different from the relay station that's up on top of Mount Edison. This will have a control room and we'll have all the laser antennas to sort of talk to the moon when I get to that stage. And yeah, also an antenna to talk to the Sirius Orbital Platform when that sort of gets up in space. Yeah, so what I'll do here is I'm just going to switch on my ship loading container so that when I queue up all these components they'll go into a isolated container so I don't get them all mixed up with my general stock. So need a couple of batteries, connector as well wherever that is, because I will have a proper landing platform up there similar to what I've done outside the accommodation block here. Assembler. So I'm not going to have a refinery, I'll just use a survival kit for that, but yeah, I might just go for a regular assembler because I probably will need glass, I think it is, which the basic assembler doesn't do. Yep, it's clicked in. I wish they had a little noise to make you know that you've actually clicked the thing. We'll just go into the other assembler now and start to queue up some stuff there. So I'll probably need a container, wind turbines, all that sort of stuff. Right, so yeah, just let me continue to plod through this list and then yeah, we'll need to manufacture all this stuff and load it into the centipede. Stand by. Alright, this is the last little bit. My word, that did take a while. The laser antennas use superconductors and they took a little while to chew through. Along with those power cells of course as well. So that's all done and that one's done. Cool. Alright, so we'll just disengage the ship loading container thing, and just before I go I might just get some cobalt and magnesium ingots. So I'll just grab say 200 of those. Some of those. I'm not too far away from Mt Rutherford, so if I need to come back for stuff I will. But it would be good just to be able to manufacture up there. And yeah, I will be digging tunnels into the hill, so I'll be able to capture the stone from that as well. Now I put my centipede together before with a hydro unit battery and just a single storage module. So got that out here ready to go so we can just take straight off. Now just go into here and find my cargo container. Here it is. And we'll just get the ship loading cargo container. So if you're not familiar with it, when I do this sort of thing, making to order, that ship loading button changes the sorters, turns some off, turns some on, so it redirects everything produced into this single cargo container, and that way I can just drag it all across from the one spot and don't forget anything. Well, I won't say won't forget anything that I've built. I quite often forget stuff. Speaking of which, where is the other cargo? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's got the same number. It's also number 1. It's a bit odd. Okay, so that's good. There's probably a little bit more room to, and I think I've got the thrust capacity. So I'll just put in some extra steel and a couple of ammos, because I probably will put a turret up there. Yeah, the glass, it takes a little while to make. Yeah, so that should be all good, I think. Let's take some girders as well. I quite often run short of those. Awesome. Okay, so let us head off up to Mt Rutherford. Although, just one thing before we do go, I struck a little bit of a problem coming back from the military installation last time. That, yeah, when I put the thrust override on, so that's to preserve the sort of energy power, I have the forward thrusters going, and I know you can turn off the reverse ones, which is what I'm going to do here. So I'm just going to set up a new group for all the reverse thrusters and turn that off, because what I was finding was, even though the atmospheric thrusters were working fine, the hydrogen thrusters were trying to counteract them, so yeah, not ideal. Alright, just get my groups right. Try to do the forward thrusters, but I've already got those. It's the back ones that I want. So yeah, right, I'll sort this out and then we'll get going. Alright, so that is loaded up into the toolbar now. Let us go. And we're not lifting off. We're trying to. Maybe I need the hydrogen thrusters as well. Because it is a fairly decent load that I've got in here. So, no, that's not really made any difference. It's almost like the magnetism is holding me back of the connector. Should be able to overcome that. Hang on, those hydrogen thrusters aren't on. Okay, stand by. There we go. No, they're on. Oh, yeah. The stockpile on the tank is not on. There we go. It always tricks me, that, because it's stockpile on off. It's not the tank on off. Right. So we're all good to go. Let us head up to Mt Rutherford. Alright, managed to dodge the lightning bolts coming up here. It's had a bit of a lightning storm around all morning. But anyway, here we are at the summit of Mt Rutherford. So good to be back up here. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is build a bit of a landing platform. The old centipede's a little bit crooked up there, so it'll be good to get it on somewhere flat. And yeah, I'm going to have that sort of out over the cliff. And the modules, sort of habitation modules, so I'm going to have one which will be a sort of office production type thing, and another one with accommodation. So they won't be large, they'll only be quite small, but they're just going to be hanging off the cliff. So that's the idea there. And then I'll have tunnels going into the hill, which will go up to the actual summit itself, right up on that peak, and that will be where all the antennas and stuff are. Just did a little bit of mucking around there to make sure the thing's level and lining it to gravity. So yeah, it's going to come out a little bit. It's going to be the same size as those landing pads down at Fort Rutherford, outside the accommodation block. Maybe a little bit longer though, I think. And the idea with having it hanging out over here is, first, I think it looks cool. And secondly, because we're at such altitude here, it would be good to have the ability for the vehicles various aircraft that are parked on here to actually just be able to lift off and sort of slide over the edge and essentially fall to lose some altitude and get a bit more grip on the air. Yeah, so to get down quite quickly. Not that I'm intending to load anything up here. In theory, it should be coming up full and returning empty. But yeah, if it was struggling to get up off the ground because of the altitude, it would just essentially be able to sort of slide off the edge of the platform. That's the plan anyway. Yeah, you know my plans, they don't always come to fruition. So yeah, I will just keep laying this out, and yeah, I'm just going to keep it as the sort of unfinished grid for a while. I won't have a lot of steel to do this up. Okay, so that is looking pretty good. Now, the funny thing is, even though this is a game, my stomach is a little uneasy just hanging out over that cliff edge. Right, let's get the centipede back on the level A, because we're a bit crooked here on this slope. So just get the ammos going. Wrong button. Try that one. Uh-oh. Okay. Hydrogen, hydrogen, hydrogen. Where are they? There they are. Oh, 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 oh. Whew. I wasn't panicked. Okay. Let's just land this on. Now, it's intentional that this just overhangs a little bit. Well, that's the intention. Hopefully I've measured it up right. Because yeah, I don't want the hydrogen thrusters to blast down onto the platform, because it does have a habit of blowing up. I remember that back at Treasure Island, it did that a few times. So just lining up the front connector on the bottom of the command module, and hopefully, yeah, that's just in the right place. That hydrogen's just hanging over the back there, because I don't need to access that. Now I have, of course, placed a connector, but it's not complete, so I won't be able to lock it down just yet. But that's pretty good, so we'll shut that down there. And yeah, that's looking good. Yeah, and I'm happy with where that hydrogen module is. Okay, what I might do is just finish off that connector, and then I won't put the battery in, because that'll be sort of over to one side, but what I can do is put in a couple of wind turbines. And my word, that was a rather close bolt of lightning. So yeah, I'll just finish this off. And yeah, I will be putting a conveyor system in here, which is a little bit overkill I think actually, but I may as well. Yeah, I want to do a little bit of effort up here, so... Right, what I'll do is just lay out some blocks across the top here and get these wind turbines in, and then I will bury the connections as I normally do. So just get this, and while I think of it, I might actually just put in a little bit of a walkway, just in case I run out of hydrogen. And yeah, and I need to walk back onto the deck. So I think that's going to be quite important that I do that. Right, stand by. Okay, so that's one turbine. Just, I think two will be enough. Can always put more in. Yeah, but that's certainly the advantage of just making to order and bringing it with me. I just no doubt that I had the components in there, so that's good. Because I always seem to forget the girders. So that's all locked now, and now we're getting power to the centipede to give it a bit of a recharge. So now I'll put in some walkways and stuff, and sort of cling this little mini base to the side of that cliff over there. Stand by. Oh, gosh, that was an ominous bit of thunder just at the wrong time. So So as I said earlier, I will just put a conveyor system in. Again, I'm just going to lay this out. I'm not going to fully complete it right now. Yeah, I'll put this in, and then what I'll do is pop some walkways over the top of it. So yeah. Now this is actually a little bit of a trial run in some respects, because having a base cling to the side of the cliff, a full-size base, is something that I've thought about doing. Now whether that's in some sort of canyon somewhere, so I don't think that's going to be on Hephaestus Prime. I think this will be sort of a later type scenario. That's sort of where I'm going to go into the hill there, I think. Yeah, because I can go under there. Yeah, or whether it's even on the side of a asteroid, maybe. Again, that won't be this series because I don't have any asteroids in Hephaestus Prime. But yeah, so this, as I say, is a little bit of a trial run to some stuff that I want to do in the future. Which is really the whole point of Hephaestus Prime. It is definitely a learning thing for me to sort of try out some ideas. So we'll pop that in there and I'll come back to that. And then we'll just branch off over this way and sort of head down. So what I might do is, this is clearly taking a little bit of time to lay stuff out. I might do one of my sped up montagey things. So just sort of trying to link up this conveyor system so I can transfer stuff a bit closer to where I need it. Yeah, so just a couple more to do, so I just need a little bit more resource. I'll run out in the centipede. So I have started sort of digging into the hill and taking advantage of some of the stone. So I'll just add those to the manufacturing queue. So yeah, I'm not using a refinery, I'll just use the assembler, well, I'll be using the assembler, but the survival kit to refine the stone, because I don't think I'll find anything else up here. So I'll just get another load of this. Just got that cargo container there to provide a little bit more storage, and also somewhere to kind of dump the stone so I don't have to go back. I've also just thought about putting a collector in here as well, which they're a little resource heavy at the moment, so I'll just hold fire on that. And yeah, I'll probably just make a quick trip back to Fort Rutherford as well and grab some more stuff, because I am going to need an awful lot of steel to finish off this platform and stuff. So better just do the batteries before I forget as well. Okay, so that's that all sorted out. That's good. So what we'll do now is, I think I'll put the batteries in the floor here, and I'll just need to get the control panel up this way. So just a couple will do.
Energy low.
Why is that not letting me grab those? Maybe I've run out already. But no, there's the power cells. Oh yeah, that filled up. Okay. Oh well, yeah. This is something I've actually struck before. That connected things, so connected vehicles, that sort of thing. The build planner doesn't suck it out of them. It sort of struggles to go between connectors. So yeah, that's a bit of a pain. So what I can do is, now that's all plumbed in and connected up, I'll transfer all the stuff over. So that's where it's going to, and I'll just find it in the centipede. There we go. So I'll just drag all that over into here. All this stuff as well. Oops. And where's that other container? There it is. Sweet. So now I should be able to, yeah, awesome, grab it from here. That's better. Makes all that time and effort putting in the conveyor system worthwhile. So that's those batteries now all welded up. Awesome. So they'll just tick away and charge while I'm not here, so that's good. And yeah, there's the survival kit stuff. Right, onwards. Alright, so making rather slow progress here. I think what I'm going to do is just set a few things manufacturing. But yeah, I'm going to take a run back down to Fort Rutherford before it gets too dark, because it is getting towards that time in the afternoon here on Hephaestus Prime. And yeah, just get some components, because as much as there's a bit of stone here, it's I'm not struggling, I'm just struggling to find motivation to get it, since I've got so much down at Fort Rutherford. So I'm just going to take a quick trip down there and grab some steel and stuff and bring it back up with me. And yeah, we'll just launch off here and see how we go about doing it without hydrogen. So actually that had pretty good lift. It is quite empty, so that's fair enough. But there we go, just sort of glide off down the hill, get some more grip on that thicker air, and yeah, that's what I wanted. So, and get up to speed quite quickly. That's the sort of idea. Nice and efficient means. Right, head back to base. Oh, sorry about all that mucking around. I can't put it onto recharge mode and turn things off while I'm plugged into the connector, because then that'll do things to all the other modules that are parked up. So when I sort of come down, I turn the reactor on, turn everything else off, and then connect up. Now hydrogen is a bit of an issue. I've just lost it all, so let me go through this, and what I need to do is just change some of these tanks around to stockpile and not stockpile, those sorts of things. Alright, so that's a little bit of a selection of stuff there, hopefully not too heavy for the centipede.
No fuel.
And I meant to do that. Right, let us head off again. There we go. A little bit sticky to get started. Alright, So, yep, we'll see you back up the top. Alright, as I come in on final approach, we are getting towards the end of the day, so what I might do is just finish off welding up some of these bits and pieces before the sun goes down, and then I'm going to just continue on through the night, I think, off camera, just to sort of finish off what I'm doing here, so all the boring stuff. So I'm just going to continue to drill out and retain the stone that's in the tunnels to link up. And yeah, so hopefully next episode, come back, it'll be morning, and we'll be able to get on with doing the transmission type stuff. Yeah, and the accommodation module. Because that sun is just about going down behind that hill. But there's still a little bit to do today, so we'll finish off this office module, for want of a better word. Yeah, and just have get this airtight. Well, not airtight, but you know, get it weather tight. So we'll just grab some, transfer all this stuff over, and then grab some steel, and I'll just do some bits and pieces. Okay, so I'm using these window walls again. That's going to create a little bit of a gap. Now I did consider whether I wanted to use sort of these half blocks on the outside and just use some sort of half blocks for the roof and floor, but I decided to go this way. Still not really sure if it's the right way, but I'm pretty committed now. And yeah, use those slopey round edged blocks just for a bit of a change. So they do have quite a nice look if you can get it right. Yeah, so I did bring up some glass with me, so hopefully I've got enough for all these stuff, for all these windows. Oh, I can always make some more, but yeah. Right, so I'll finish these off, and yeah, then we'll do the roof. And I'm going to put a bit of a skylight in. So I think I already said it earlier, I quite like using these curved blocks for a bit of a change. Couldn't use them everywhere, but they seem to work right up here. It does mean quite a low ceiling, but what I'll do is I'll use some of those new blocks with the sort of corner cut out of them, and that way I'll be able to create a bit of a slot in the middle which I can pop a skylight into, yeah, and some downlights. So that's the corner piece there that I want. So I'll put those in. But yeah, I think that's going to be enough for today. I will just do a few more things on camera and probably have some sort of trail out music as I do that. And then tomorrow I will, or next episode, I will continue on with the build. I will switch the camera off and just do continuation of what I'm doing here, really. A bit more digging of holes that you don't need to see. And then, yeah, next episode we'll put the actual sort of transmission type stuff in, and I'll do the accommodation module. So, yeah, I shall continue on for a bit, but I will leave it there and just say thanks everybody for watching. I hope you did enjoy today. I certainly have enjoyed today because I've been waiting quite a long time to do this, and I'm just glad that it's finally here, and it's really a bit of fun up on top of this mountain top. So hopefully we can catch you again, and yeah, just stay safe out there everybody. See you next time.